The Asian American Bar Association of New York proudly presents the 2025 AABANY Corporate Leadership Award to Henry Haddad, whose leadership in intellectual property law advances innovation and diversity. Henry Haddad is a recognized leader in intellectual property law. He was born in Brooklyn and the grandson of Lebanese and Syrian immigrants. Henry is a graduate of Haverford College and earned his JD from American University Washington College of Law. As Senior Vice President and Deputy General Counsel at Bristol-Myers Squibb, he leads a team dedicated to advancing groundbreaking treatments for patients.
My first impression with Henry was first, he's really, really smart, and he was also unusual in the sense that most people think of IP lawyers as being kind of quiet, introverted. Henry was none of that. He was a great conversationalist, he was a great storyteller, and he just had this way of connecting with people, whether he's talking to the board of directors, senior management, politicians, and he's also so well connected with the IP world.
Henry is a dedicated mentor and champion for the next generation of lawyers. He has elevated underrepresented voices in the IP community, including launching the Intellectual Property Owner Association's Presidential Task Force on Diversity, Inclusion, and Leadership.
Henry's team is the most diverse legal team I've ever been a part of in my career. He has supported the creation of dedicated committees and affinity groups focused on elevating the profession and providing more opportunity for underrepresented groups. He has helped me immensely, and he's done the same for many of my other colleagues.
He put me into leadership programs that really helped me as an Asian American, as a South Asian. He's more of a really good advocate and supporter, where he creates opportunities for you, ensures that people appreciate the great work you've done. He did a lot of work to clear a lot of paths for me.
While president of IPO, he created the Diversity and Inclusion Committee. He served as the executive sponsor for it and our Women in IP committee. Both continue to thrive and increase participation by women and underrepresented groups in the IP profession in the invention process.
Henry Haddad has made a profound and a lasting impact on intellectual property law and the legal community.
Henry is not just a really good lawyer, he's even a better leader. What I think makes him unique is his ability to inspire his team to connect their work to the mission that he sees for the company. They are actually helping patients and actually changing their lives.
It was through his leadership in IPO that I came to learn of his passion for and commitment to IP and its role in driving innovation. Leadership in this environment requires one to listen to diverse perspectives and bring people together. Henry does both, and in my opinion, he does so with kindness and humor.
People don't usually associate humor with IP attorneys. Henry once told me a riddle about IP lawyers.
The one I love is,
how do you know if an IP lawyer is an extrovert?
I don't know that I had heard that one before.
And the answer is,
the introverted patent lawyer looks at their shoes while they're talking to you, and the extroverted patent lawyer
stares at your shoes when they're talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in congratulating the recipient of the 2025 AABANY Corporate Leadership Award, Henry Haddad.
Thanks, Ben, and thanks, AABANY, for this recognition. I feel extraordinarily honored to be even mentioned in the same sentence as some of the prior honorees, including the folks tonight, like Elaine and the Quinn Emanuel team. So thank you very much. I have a few things I want to say tonight, but before I do, I want to acknowledge someone in the audience who you just saw in the video, Sandra Leung. Obviously, she is well known to this organization. She retired this month after 33 years at Bristol-Myers Squibb. I had the privilege of working with her for 14 of the 18 years she served as general counsel. an incredible run where she was a role model for so many in the legal profession, and particularly for those in this community. She also created an excellent and collaborative team at BMS, both past and present, as well as a network of superb outside counsel, many of whom are here tonight. I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to work and learn from Sandy and this team. Congratulations, Sandy, on an extraordinary career at BMS. We look forward to your continued leadership in this profession. Yeah, she's a tough act to follow. Try doing that for 14 years. So I was born and raised in Brooklyn. Brooklyn, anyone? Brooklyn? Yeah, all right. The son of Lebanese American parents and immigrant grandparents who arrived in this country in the early 20th century. My family instilled a great love of our culture and heritage, particularly the food, and at the same time, they instilled an even greater love of the United States. When folks would ask me where I'm from based on my last name, I often say, I'm from Bay Ridge, not Beirut. Anyway, as I've grown older, I've become more and more appreciative of the cultural gifts that were given to me by my family. In many ways, the need to navigate an extended community where everyone was your cousin, whether related or not. The effusive and expressive communication style where everyone was in your business and few topics were off limits. And the pride, ambition, and entrepreneurial spirit of this immigrant community informed who I am personally and professionally. I'm very thankful to my grandparents, my wonderful parents, Hank and Claudette, and especially my wife, Laura, and our children for their unwavering support and love, and for always pushing me to be better. But this story is far from unique. I'm sure that everyone in this room has similar stories and are eternally grateful for the cultural gifts provided by their family and communities. We are all recipients of an amazing opportunity for many of us. Our parents, our grandparents had the courage to leave the families and everything they knew to go to a faraway country in search of a better life. But whether they knew this or not, what made them believe they could find that better life, one that gave them freedom of expression, freedom of religion, the opportunity for economic prosperity, protection from persecution and violence, was the American rule of law. While at times these values were more aspirational than reality, our country has continued to push ourselves forward, to level the playing field, and to make great advances toward a fairer and more equitable nation. So why have I dedicated my professional life to intellectual property law and been such a strong advocate for strengthening these laws? Because if you do something great, something brilliantly creative or innovative, it should not be taken from you. The ability to protect your inventions, brands, and artistic creations is part of the American dream. And on that foundational patent, trademark, or copyright, you can build a business, create jobs, and improve the lives of your family, community, and sometimes the world. This simple legal framework presented in our Constitution has driven the greatest innovations and creations in history. And why wouldn't we want an inclusive profession that reflects our country and that can provide the diverse perspectives and instincts to ensure that these laws are upheld in a fair and equitable way? So our IP laws are just one example of how our legal system makes this country exceptional. And while our legal system is resilient, it cannot be taken for granted. We are all not IP lawyers in this room, but we're all lawyers. Maybe the best kind of lawyers, New York lawyers. And we have benefited from the sacrifices of our mothers and fathers, our grandparents and beyond, without which living in this country, much less our educations and professions, would have been a distant dream. We are stewards of the very same legal system that made this dream a reality, and we must ensure it continues to live up to the ideals that led our families here. This is not a partisan issue. This is not a progressive or conservative issue. This is an American issue. Whatever your politics, the erosion of the rule of law threatens us all. We must protect the integrity of our legal system, our government, our courts, our judges, and our colleagues with the unique positions that we all hold in this profession. Anything less betrays, thank you. Anything less than that betrays our past and darkens our future. But I have every confidence that the people in this room and the broader legal community are up to the task. Thank you all for your time and for this award, and have a great rest of your evening.